Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is my first time recording a class, so I apologize in advance for any bumps along the way. But I also just wanted to bring something to your home that you can kind of do whenever you have some time. I know a lot of our schedules are kind of flip-flopped around and probably a little bit more hectic than usual. And also I'm pretty disappointed that we can't teach, but I mean it's for a good reason. But I also want everyone to stay in their practice and kind of keep that progress going that I've been seeing with so many of you every single week. And I'm going to take this time, the kind of forced time I have to stay inside and stay at home, to really take the opportunity to bring some more online stuff, record some more stuff. So hopefully I'll have more videos coming up over the next few days or so for you guys to kind of go to whenever you feel you need it. I didn't use any music in the video just because I didn't want to risk getting muted or take the video getting taken down. But if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see that I just posted the Spotify list, the Spotify playlist that I usually play every class. And if you want to kind of use your own music, just put something on that makes you feel good, makes you feel inspired, and we will hit the mat. Okay? Thanks. All right, so we're going to get started. So I'm going to get started seated, so it's a little bit easier to film. But if it feels good, I am going to encourage you guys to lie down flat on the floor. We're going to start off practice by connecting 3 elements: the breath, the mind, and the body, and getting ourselves ready to bring some movement in. So if you're making your way down to the floor, or if you're staying seated, that's okay too. But wherever you are, just make sure you're really grounding into the floor. All the areas that are touching the floor are really melting in. Create length through the spine by reaching up and out with the crown of the head. Drop the shoulders down from the ears and close the eyes. So beginning to tune into the breath. Notice what's happening in the breath today. So notice if you feel that air coming in through the nose or the mouth. Notice if it's shallow, deep, fast, slow. Really becoming aware of the breath, noticing all those small details that you tend not to notice throughout the day. And then when you feel completely aware, begin to bring control into the breath by bringing the air in through the nose. Chest rises, belly rises, and on the exhale, reverse that process. The belly falls, chest falls, the air comes out through the nose. Working that back and forth, finding a nice steady rhythm, and trying to create balance in the breath. So making the inhales equal length of the exhales. Once you find a nice rhythm that feels good for you, allow that to continue and anchor you into this practice. So if the mind begins to wander or things get a little bit uncomfortable, bring it back to this breath. And then moving on to the mind. So the mind and the breath are already connected. You may already begin to feel a shift. But just as you did with the breath, before you try to change anything in the mind, become aware of what's happening. So right now we're in kind of unsettling times. There may be a lot of anxiety, worry, fear popping up. That's okay. Allow yourself absolutely no judgment, no critique. But just become aware. Notice everything that's happening. And then one by one, allow those thoughts, the emotions, your to-do list, allow it to drift away. Kind of clearing the mind a little bit, allowing it to become more and more present into the room. Maybe taking this time to set an intention if that speaks to you today. An intention can be a word or a feeling or a phrase that can allow you to feel anchored over the next hour or so. So some intentions that might be good for right now could be trust, love, calmness, peace. And then when the mind begins to wander, bring it back to that intention, tugging it gently back into the room. Awesome. And then moving on to the body, conduct a full body scan, top of the head down to the toes. Notice if there's any areas of tension you can let go of. Maybe in the face, the hands, the toes, maybe in the belly. Let everything go that you can right now. And then conducting another full body scan, top of the head down to the toes, feeling for any areas of soreness or pain that you want to pay attention to throughout the class. So I'll be guiding you through the next hour or so, but yoga is a self-practice. So if any pose ever feels severely uncomfortable, painful, or just not right in the body, please listen to that first. So with every breath, every exhale, feel the body melting a little bit further down into the floor. And then just taking a moment here, connecting those three elements. The breath is slow and steady. The mind is clear, focused, and present. And the body is relaxed and open for practice. So if you haven't already made your way down to the floor, make your way down now, lying flat on your back. And then pull the knees into the chest. Wrapping your arms around the shins, you can rock side to side. Massaging the lower back. Keep the eyes closed. Just beginning to bring very slow movements in here. And then coming to stillness, drop that left leg down. Keep the right leg pulled into the body, really pull the thigh into the belly. And remembering to breathe. Then taking that right knee into the right hand, pull it out to the right side, opening up that hip. Keep the left sitting bone down on the ground. Chest points straight up into the air. Great, now pull that knee towards the center. Take it into the left hand and pull it across the body. This right hip can gently pop up off the ground, but you're going to keep the twist just from the lower body. So twist from the belly, chest stays pointed straight up. Plug both of those shoulder blades in. Great, bring it back to center, hug that knee in one more time. And then drop the right leg down to the left, allow it to naturally fall. Maybe noticing a difference between the right and the left side. I know my right leg always feels a little bit longer after we do these. And let's balance out the body. Pick the left leg up, pull it into the chest. Breathing into that leg. Right leg stays down on the ground. And now taking that left knee into the left hand, let's pull it out to the side. Opening up that hip joint, maybe noticing a difference in flexibility between the right and the left side. Usually both sides of our body are pretty different, that's okay. Great, pull that knee towards the center, take it into the right hand now. Come into your twist, pull that leg across the body. Twisting from the belly. Great, bring it back to center, hug it in one more time. And then drop that left leg down to the right. Windshield wash the ankles back and forth. You can take the soles of the feet to the floor, windshield wash the knees. And then nice and slow on your own time. Whenever you're ready, making your way up to a seated position. So you can either roll over to your side and push yourself up, or you can take the hands under the knees and then just gently rock up and down the spine a few times to come all the way up. All right, so we're going to meet on our mats in a cross-legged position. If that feels good on the knees, you can always extend the legs out if that feels a little bit better. Root those sitting bones down, drop the shoulders from the ears, crown of the head reaches up. Close the eyes one more time. Take the left ear down to the left shoulder. Remembering to breathe. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take that right hand to the right side of the body, walk the fingertips out a little bit. Come back to center. Drop the right ear down to the right shoulder now. Again, the option to take those left fingertips down, walk them out, really stretching out the left side of the neck. Bring it back to center, drop the chin down to the chest, roll the shoulders down the back, stretching out the back of the neck here. And roll that head back up towards the center, drop it all the way back, stretching out the front of the throat, creating space in the chest, opening up the heart. Great, bring it back to center. Begin to make rolls with the neck, going as fast or slow as you feel. And really keeping the breath slow and steady here. So maybe taking the pattern of inhaling as the chin comes down towards the chest, exhaling as you send it back. And then switching directions, moving the opposite way. Back to center, coming back to stillness. Begin to massage the shoulders by pulling them up towards the ears and down the back. Making some rolls with the shoulders, almost moving like a wheel. And then reverse this direction, so bring them up towards the ears, down the chest. Coming to stillness, take the hands in front of you, just in front of the legs. I'm going to turn over to this side and send the knees back for a tabletop position. So stack the hips on top of the knees, hands come under the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, ground the palms into the floor. And moving into our cat-cow pose, keep the gaze down to start. And on your inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, look in. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look in. Inhale, up. And exhale, in. Exhaling completely, then coming back to your neutral tabletop. Maybe swaying the hips back and forth. And then coming to stillness, tuck the toes behind you. Pull the lower belly in and send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you can pedal out the feet here if that feels good. Really reach that heart towards the thighs. Making a V shape with the body, lengthening the spine. And then inhale, bend the knees, look in between the hands, and on your exhale, walk yourself forward, right into a forward fold. Allow the body to hang down, little bend in the knee here. And then grounding the feet into the floor, roll up, stacking the spine. Keep the chin tucked into the chest until you're all the way up. Standing at the front of your mat, drop the shoulders down from the ears. Reach up through the crown of the head, pull the belly in. Moving into our sun salutations. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant those hands, step yourself back into a high plank. You can drop the knees here or keep them lifted. Lower yourself down to either 90 degrees at the elbows or all the way to the belly. And then inhale, come to the tops of the feet, lift the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Remembering to breathe, taking about 3 breaths here. Beginning to refocus the breath. Sometimes we lose the breath a little bit when we tend to quicken up the pace. So notice if this is happening, bring it back down. Awesome, guys. Bend the knees, look in between the hands. And on your exhale, walk yourself forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground the feet, lift all the way up. And then exhale, take it down to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back. Same breath, lower down. And then inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, look in between the hands, and on your exhale, walk yourself forward. You can take more than 1 step if you need. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, take it down. Last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back. Lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, look in between the hands, and exhale, walk yourself forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale all the way up. Exhale, take it down. Perfect. Working into some warriors here. We're going to step ourselves back with that right leg. Rotate the right foot so it's about parallel with the short end of your mat. Find heel to arch alignment, lunge into that front left knee, stack it on top of the heel. Look over the left leg, pick the arms up to about shoulder height, drop them down from the ears. Nice strong warrior twos. Bending that left arm, take the forearm on top of the thigh, send the right arm straight up into the air, look up towards the right thumb. Keeping this right arm nice and activated as if someone's pulling you upward. And if you have the space, you can take that left hand down to the floor on the inside of the left foot. Perfect, bring it back up, look over the left fingers, warrior two. Flip the left palm up towards the ceiling, take the left arm towards the face, right arm comes down onto that right leg. Lunge into the front knee a little bit deeper. You can reach behind the back, reaching for that left thigh. Look up towards the ceiling, opening up the heart. Perfect, bring it back to warrior two. Drop the arms, straighten the knee, rotate the left toes so they're parallel with the right. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest up, and on your exhale, fold at the hips. Fold towards the floor, take the hands to the mat, or maybe come to the forearms. We can pigeon toe the feet a little bit here, taking the heels a little bit wider than the toes. And taking those hands to the hips, press into the floor with the feet, lift yourself up nice and slow. Make the feet parallel with one another and rotate those right toes towards the back of your mat. So finding a heel to arch alignment again. Lunge into that front knee. Coming right into your warrior two, float the arms up to shoulder height, look over the right fingers. Bend that front arm, take the forearm on top of the thigh, and send the left arm straight up into the air. Again, you can take that right hand to the floor if you have the space, but keep space in the chest. Perfect. Bring it back to warrior two. Look over the right fingers. And then flip that right palm up towards the ceiling. Bring it back towards the face. Left hand comes down onto the left leg or behind the back. Lunge into that front knee a little bit deeper. Look up towards the ceiling. Perfect. Back to warrior two. Drop the arms, straighten the knee, rotate the toes to be in line with each other. And then coming into our wide leg forward fold one more time, you can take the hands to the hips, or you can interlace the fingers behind the back. But inhale, lift the chest first, and exhale, forward fold. Releasing those hands, take them to the hips, push into the floor with the feet, and lift yourself up nice and slow. Rotate both of the toes towards the front of your mat and step the feet together. Standing in your mountain pose, big toes together, heels are slightly apart. Pull the lower belly in, drop the shoulders down from the ears. Take the hands down by the sides. So moving into our balancing pose, we're going to take the feet about hip width apart. Really ground the soles of the feet into the floor. You should be able to pick up the toes. And then standing nice and tall, nice and strong, shift the weight over to the left leg. Feeling all the weight of the body in that left foot, activating the leg, nice and strong, and then pick the right knee up towards the center, flex the foot, bend the knee, send it out to the side, and find your position for tree. So your tree pose can be, the right foot can be up at the inner thigh, it can be down at the shin, or it can be down at the ankle. Make sure you're opening up that right hip. And wherever you are, as soon as that right foot hits the left leg, they're like magnets towards each other. So you're pushing in with the right foot, back with the leg. You can take the arms above the head, spread the fingers, look straight ahead, find a point in the room that's unmoving. Pulling that lower belly in, keep the breath slow and steady. Sometimes we tend to hold the breath when poses get a little bit difficult, when we're really concentrating on staying balanced. Notice if this is happening, slow it back down. Three more breaths here. Great, dropping the arms down, pulling the knee towards the center, and then dropping the right foot to meet the left. Shake at the ankles if you need to. And then we're going to stand back onto our mat, balancing to the other side, switching to the right leg. So shift that weight over to the right leg, really push that right foot into the floor. Send the left leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, send it out to the side, find your position for a tree. Your right and left side can be very different, that's okay. You can bring the arms above the head. And your tree today may look different than your tree yesterday, and will definitely look different than your tree tomorrow. This pose definitely teaches us to not be attached. There's no competition. Just let it go. Take this pose as it is today. Three more breaths here. You can drop the arms down. Take the knee towards the center, drop it down to meet the right, shake at the ankles. We're gonna flow down to the floor, so standing at the top of your mat, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale. exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step yourself back into a high plank. Spread those fingers, lower yourself down, and then inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the day. So if you want to pedal the feet out back and forth, you can do that. And then whenever you're ready, drop the knees down, untuck the toes, and send the hips back towards the heels for your child's pose. Inch those fingers forward, stretching out the arms and the shoulders. Melt the chest towards the floor. The knees can be together or you can take them wide if that feels good. Keep the big toes together. Really stretching out the back here and giving yourself a nice rest. You can take the forehead to the mat. And with every inhale, feeling the ribcage expand. And on the exhale, melt a little bit deeper. All right, walking the hands in towards the body, rising up. If the knees are apart, take them together. Send the weight over to a hip and extend the legs straight out in front of you. Once they're there, flex the feet, push out with the heels, up with the toes, drop those shoulders down, sit up nice and tall, getting ready for some forward folds. If you have a strap at home, you can use that now, but if not, that's okay. You don't really need it. But make sure you're really flexing those feet. So pushing out with the heels, activating the legs, sit up nice and tall, reach up with the crown of the head. And then on your next exhale, fold over the legs, reaching for the feet or maybe taking the strap in both hands, slipping it around the arches, and really reach that chest towards the toes. Releasing the feet, take the hands to either side of the legs, walk yourself back in, rising up. Bend that right foot, right knee, take the foot on the inside of the left thigh, but keep a little bit of a space between the leg and the foot, about a hand's width. Bending that knee tight into the body, take the left arm around the knee, take that right hand behind the back, just at the lower back. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, twist yourself around, looking behind you over that right shoulder. Great, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release that twist. Switch to the opposite side, extend the right leg out. Left leg comes in, wrap the right arm around the left knee, left arm comes behind. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, twist around from the belly, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release that twist. Extend the legs out and take them nice and wide. Wide enough until you feel a little bit of a stretch in the inner thighs. Again, flex the feet. Sit up nice and tall. Ground the sitting bones into the floor. Take the fingertips in front of you and walk them forward, reaching that chest down towards the floor. Walking those hands in towards the body, rise up. Bending the left knee, take the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Twist the body so that the chest is pointed towards the right toes. Again, you can use your strap in this position, but if you don't have a strap, inhale, lift up, and exhale, just reach those arms forward, landing wherever you can. Reach the chest towards the toes. Great, releasing the hands, walk them back in. Switching to the opposite side, so extend that left leg out, right leg comes in. Point the heart towards the left toes now, twist from that belly, inhale, lift up, and exhale, reach for that left foot. Great, walk your hands back in. Take both soles of the feet together, making a diamond shape with the legs. Allow the knees to fall away from each other, and nice and carefully walk yourself down to your mat, lying flat on the floor. You can play here a little bit with how far away the feet are from the body, noticing what feels good in the knees and the hips. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Take the arms into a T shape. Allow that heart to reach up towards the ceiling. The hips open as the knees fall out to either side. Close the eyes here and get back into the breath. So really feeling that belly expand with the inhales, filling up like a balloon. And exhaling as it deflates. Staying here for about 5 more breaths, holding these last few poses a little bit longer, helping us get into that mindset for our final relaxation, or Shavasana. And taking this time to not be as active as you were in the last hour or so. Allow the body to just let go. Feel what feels right in the body. Allow it to get a little bit more comfortable. Really using the breath here, so with every exhale, melting a little bit deeper, opening a little bit more, just surrendering into this pose. Taking the palms of the hands to the floor. Nice and slow, pull those knees towards each other. Soles of the feet come to the ground. You can walk the feet away from each other a little bit and just windshield wash the knees back and forth. And then coming to stillness, pick the knees up, stacking them on top of the hips, and bend the knees so that the shins are parallel with the floor. Send the knees over to the right, and look away from the legs if that feels good, over towards the left. Take the arms back into a T, coming into a twist. Again, close the eyes here. I'm taking this pose to really settle back into the mind. Maybe bringing that intention back around, noticing how that guided you through your class. Noticing if any emotions are popping up as we're asking ourselves to be a little bit more still. And really practicing non-judgment here and total acceptance of everything as it is. Just allow those thoughts, acknowledge them, but then let them go. Let anything go that doesn't serve you. Turn the head up towards the ceiling. Pull the knees towards the center. Allow them to drop over to the left. And turn the head to look over the right. Close the eyes one more time. And just really relaxing the body here, feeling all points that are pressing against the floor, feeling those to melt into the ground. Melt the shoulders in. Allow the body to relax as it rises and falls with the breath. Great, turn the head up towards the center. Pull those knees towards the center line of the body and then pull them into the chest. Really giving yourself a nice big squeeze, filling the body with gratitude, filling the body with acceptance, and filling the body with love. Taking this time and in the next moment or so to do whatever feels good in your practice. Maybe adding another pose, maybe rocking side to side, maybe taking the knees and the hands and just making little circles. Just allowing yourself whatever you need, and then whenever you're ready, coming down into your Shavasana. So lie flat on the ground. Take the legs away from the hips. Allow the toes to fall away from each other. Pull those shoulders down. Take the arms down by the sides. Flip the palms up. Close the eyes. Relaxing all parts of the body here, from the top of the head down to the toes. Release all the muscles in the face. Relax the jaw. Relax the belly. Send some relaxation into the hips and the legs and the toes. The mind is clear and focused. and really finding that slow and steady rhythm of the breath as it comes in and out of the body, almost like a wave. So staying in Shavasana as long as you need, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, allow yourself to really relax. With every exhale, melt a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, taking it nice and slow, wake the body up, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, give yourself a nice big stretch, and slowly make your way up to a seated position. I like to finish off my practice with 3 cleansing breaths. So inhaling in through the nose and then sighing it out through the mouth. Repeating that 2 more times. When I inhale, I think of something that I want to bring into my life, whether that's an emotion, a thought, something good. And then when I exhale, sigh anything out, release anything I do not need. However you want to finish your practice, take that as it is and allow yourself some flexibility. Do whatever feels good right now. Maybe try something new, stick to the old and true. Wherever you are, thank you guys again for watching. I hope that you had a great practice, and I promise I'll bring some more videos, and I hope to see you all again in person as soon as possible. Namaste.